Welcome back to the Food Truck, where we say God is doing something special for me and you. I'm so glad that you came back, and I'm just going to need about 5 minutes, 5 to 6. You can time me on this too. Just a quick thought. My son came to me the other day. My oldest son came and he asked a specific question that I thought about, but really didn't pay it no attention, especially when I heard this phrase over and over and over again. He asked me, can the devil make you do something? Let me say that again. He asked me the question of, can the devil make me do some things? And I pondered over that, thought about it, and it's something that I want to share with you, especially when you hear that phrase, the devil made me do it, the devil made me do it, the devil made me do it. I'd like to start out that there are some identities, especially when you're walking the trails of life. And the first one, as you know, is the righteous way. Then you know what the next one is, the evil way. Sin, anything that you want to think that is contrary to God's way is evil. But there's one that we have to mention that I believe that we fail as believers and non-believers fail in recognize, and that is self. Me and you, self, the flesh. So we have the righteous way, the evil way, and self. Now, by it being self, one that we failed to mention many times before, because we always say, sometimes majority of us, some of us say, the devil made me do it. And this is a common phrase that I like to say is pretty much is false. It is false, because God's way, the evil way, and the flesh. God tells us through Jesus, Paul has written it many times before, that our flesh is weak. It has a desire that is not of God. We're wicked people. We have to recognize that, we are wicked. And being wicked by the flesh, we have a choice. We have either following God's way or the world's way, which is evil. And by those choices, the flesh tends to being lured into the evil way. Now, when we talk about the devil made me do it, which is most common, we have to start thinking about, I like to categorize when I say things, have to base it off the Bible in different parts of it. And I always have to go, when I hear the phrase, the devil made me do it, I think about the creation story. We had Adam and Eve, as you know, who were in the garden at Eden, tending their own business, and a serpent came to them and made them put the thought in their mind. Didn't make them do it, but put the thought in their mind. God says, you can eat of any fruit except that tree. The serpent then puts the thought in Eve's mind, which include Adam, why don't you eat of that tree? Eve's response, because God told us we should not eat from it. The devil, the serpent, then puts the notion of, well, don't you want to be like God? That's something that Eve never considered until then. Based off of that notion, then Eve and Adam partaken of the fruit. They took the fruit and ate it. And God was not pleased, casting them out. And if we look at that creation story, that is how we should look at life itself. The righteous way, the evil way, which is contrary to God's way, and then the flesh. We have a choice. God given us that choice. We have a choice to make in the right decision, which is the righteous way, or the worldly way, which is the evil way. And having that choice, the devil is sort of like the gatekeeper of evil. He only puts the notion into our heads, and it's our responsibility to either act or not react based off of if it's God's way, if God gives us a command, and if it is, then we have a choice to follow Christ or do what our flesh hungers for, which is evil. The devil didn't have nothing to do with it. That was all me. That's all me. And if I choose whatever choice I do make, it was my choice. Even if I go Christ-like, that was my choice. If I go of the world, that's my choice. God didn't make me do it. The devil didn't make me do it. I made myself do it. So just remember that, just something to consider, and just watch and see that the closer that we stay in relationship with Christ, even though we might do some things that is contrary to God's way, we can come back. But it's good to know that the devil had nothing to do with us falling into the trap. That was all us. This is Reverend Gordon saying here on the food truck, God is showing us something special and doing something special for us on the Me and You. See you next time.